and welcome to Coffee and Card with Linda at lindaspapercraft.co.uk. It's February 2024. Wow, January is finally finished. It did seem to drag this year. So yes, we're using the Be My Valentine stamp set, and because it was in the new catalogue, I couldn't do it last month, which really it should have been last month, but I couldn't order it until the 4th of January, so I wouldn't have been able to do it for last month. So it is for this month. We do have 2 Thursdays before it's Valentine's Day, because of, oh, does it? Valentine's Day may fall on a Thursday. Not sure. Anyway, so I can do a couple of Valentine's Day cards with you, and we're going to do next year anniversary cards. There are lots of other things. You're as sweet as honey. You could give to a child. There's, we can use this. We can use this. Right. So card number 1. I love you no matter what. And again, this is something I say to my children all the time, that I love you no matter what. No matter. So let's get going. So, right. I might treat myself to a new number 1 paper bag. I reuse mine. Everybody else gets fresh ones, but I reuse mine. So loads of little bits. Right. So, okay, so we've got our envelope, so we can pop that to one side, and there's our card blank in petal pink I've used, and that's for the inside. We'll pop those over there. So this is for your card. So you have got a square of white, which is for this stamping, so it's going on there, and then you've got a little piece of white, which is for your B. Okay, so don't stamp your B on here, it's going on the little one. Little piece of petal pink for your wings, and then a couple of pieces of designer series paper that are going to go on there. Right, so I'm going to pop my carding off because it's quite warm in here today. So let's start by stamping the B. Now, I have a variety of stamping platforms, and I've messed about with them and all sorts, and I found the best way of lining this B up actually is to do it by eye. So if you were going to do a load, then it's probably worth taking time and sitting down and getting them lined up correctly, but I've just found it easier for me to do on a block. So I shall, and also you want to stamp your base colour first, because stamping up inks are so opaque that it affects the colour of the black if you stamp the yellow and then the black, or whatever colour you're making your bee. We're going to have lots of different coloured bees in this series. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight, but any yellow will do. And we're going to start with the body. Okay, so I'm just going to wink that up, and I want it nice and dark. So I'm just tapping, but I'm collecting lots of ink. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle of the piece. You don't want it too near one end because you do need room for that little sting. And I like the way, I mean, obviously this ink pad has been re-inked and probably needs re-inking again, but it's given me a nice little ombre effect there. So pop that away. Actually, while this is out, I'm going to do my hexagons, or my honeycomb, that's the word. Right, so again, inking up my stamp. Don't forget your corners of your stamp pads, because we always tend to use the middle. So there's generally lots of ink in the corners. Okay, so there's my honeycomb just in the corner there. And then I can put my Daffodil Delight ink away. And we'll bring our bee back. Okay, put that there. And we are going to stamp the body, the antenna, and the face. So I'm going in with the body first. I'm really inking up this stamp with my black. And I am going to get my head in the way, I'm afraid, because otherwise I can't do it. So just going to line that up as... I'm still complaining about this light. It's fabulous because it really lights up. Oh, there we go. Not bad. It really lights the field of view, don't get as many shadows anymore, but it is in the way when I'm trying to stamp. And if I put it further up, then you're too far away. I suppose I could probably zoom in using my camera, my phone. But that's technical. Don't do tech. Okay, so I'm really inking up and I've got my winky face. And again, coming in. There we go. How cute is she? He, them, whatever. So I'm now going to punch her out. But I do need a post-it note because that's a very small piece of card. Okay, so pop that there, close my ink and get my punch. I'm just going to open my punch, pop that on the other side. There we go. And I am just going to punch out my little bit, just, this means you can use tiny scraps of paper to do things on and still be able to punch them out. Okay, there we go. There's bits going everywhere as ever. And then you've got a little piece of paper left, so we're going to do the antennae on that corner and punch them out with the heart punch. So what you need to do is have them with the point pointing into the card. So let's ink these up too. Obviously the black ink's nowhere near as juicy as a Stampin' Up coloured ink, so make sure you've got a lot on there. But don't do it so hard that you're covering the stamp with the ink. And then just cover that up. Go, 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 go. And then I'm punching that out. There's a little heart there. How clever is that? Somebody's done a lot of thinking when they've designed this. It's all shaking today. Clearly it's time for food. There we go. Oh. There we are. Okay. So just if you've got a little bit of post-it note on your bead, just peel that off. There we go. And then I need to make her wings. So using the wing stamps now, and I've used Sweet Sorbet. Now I know everybody who's bought this has got it. I'm pretty certain everyone who's bought this has got Sweet Sorbet, but any sort of reddish ink or even Versamark or Petal Pink, you'll get a subtle one. You could even do it in black, to be honest, to get the detail of the wing. So have a play with what you've got. Okay, and just going to stamp the one set of wings for this lady because we're looking at a side on. I love this because it's got the different faces and the way the body's symmetrical. You can either do a face on or side on. So, oh, sentiment. So, just going to pop the sentiment on the bottom. And again, if you don't have strawberry, Sweet Sorbet, not strawberry, you could stick with the black, you could use a different red. The world is your oyster. There's so many different colours we have. Okay, and then my last stamp I have got the twiddly bit. So I'm going to position my bee roughly where I want her. And then I wanted the twiddly bit to show, so I'm just popping out the bee and stamping. And now we just build, oh, still got a little bit of punching to do. And that's this bit here. And this is the wings punch out on the big heart. So somebody has really thought about that. And there's also a heart stamp that fits in this and in the little one as well. So as ever, Stampin' Up, we want flexibility. You have to be able to do more than one thing with your kit because it's an investment. So you do like to be able to do more than one thing with it. Right, so I'm going to stick it together. Get the trusty glue. Unblock the trusty glue. There we go. I'm going to pop that on that square. There we go. And these two will just put up together. So this is based on a layout that I first saw on Klompen Stampers, and that's Klompen with a K, and they're currently doing a series of videos on card templates, and they're really good. They are in Imperial, so I do have to do some maths and ratios to convert it to metric, but I think on this one we're at, so it's 12.5 by 7, and then this is 2.5, and that's 4 centimeters wide, and they're 12 centimeters long. So, you know, just to play around with different sizes. And I think, did I go 7.5 centimeters? There's the sweet sorbet square. 6.5 centimeters for the white. I tend not to automatically give measurements on these because the people who've bought the kit have got the pieces already cut. So unless I'm doing one where I've given you a massive pack of paper and you're cutting the paper yourself, I tend not to give measurements. But, you know, if anybody wants them, just drop me a message and I can send them out to you. Oh, make you be. So, little drop of glue just on the antennae. Probably too much, just get some of that off. And I just like to do it sort of on the sort of final stripe. There we go. Up a little bit so I can see more of them, and then another, trying to get smaller drop of glue this time on the wings, and I just had it just sort of overlapping the antennae a little bit. There we go. How cute is that? It's just amazing. So it's really sweet. Right, and get some dimensionals out. I've got everything out except the dimensionals. I'm still using up the bones, as Connie Stewart calls them, another Stampin' Up demonstrator that I have. Does lots of layouts actually, really well worth watching, and her bow making tutorials are just amazing. So, love them. Right. So, and you're getting bonus cards this month, whoops, because there are 5 Thursdays in February. I had to check that several times because, of course, normally there's only 28 days in February, so there shouldn't be 5 Thursdays, 5 of anything. But because the month starts on a Thursday and we're in a leap year, there are 5 Thursdays, so you get a bonus card this month. I always do my coffee and card calendar months rather than 4 weeks. It's just easy for me to keep track of, to be honest. Just going to put her a little bit further back so we can see more of the honeycomb. Okay, there we go. And then we're just gluing everything together. So the white, I haven't put a sentiment inside. You're more than welcome to do so, or just write your own little love note. just need to build the card up. There we go. And this one. I've just done it so it's got a evenish border top, left and bottom. See, last month my nails toned with the card. This month they really don't. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm not going to put glue on this edge here so that it just... I'm not putting dimensionals under, but we've got a sort of card and paper here, so it's a little bit higher up. So I'm just going to put a line of glue there and then go from there. So it'll be a little bit proud, but not as if you'd put a dimensional underneath it. And then towards the bottom. And this time I'm sort of making this border and that border similar. It's not an exact science. It isn't card making. Although some say it is. I don't. Right, okay, and then I am just going to get... So I've put you... a few of these in to your kit, and these are the 2022 to 24 in colour pearls. Quick reminder, come this April, the 2022-24 colours are no longer going to be available because they only last 2 years, and this year, normally they go to June, but this year it's going to April. So, you know, stock up on your re-inkers and your card. If it's one of your favourites. It is one of my favourites, but I can't wait to see what the new ink colours are. I have liked this set, and I was really surprised because this year, 2023's colours were very sort of muted tones, and at first I was like, I'm not sure, but now I really do like them, except maybe Wild Wheat. Anyway, I digress. So there we go. So that's card number 1, and I look forward to seeing you next week for card number 2. Take care. Bye.